Alright, I figured I'd get on here and talk a little bit longer, a little more in depth about my weight loss journey, fitness transformation over the last decade, 10 years or so. Some of you might know this, some of you might not, but I grew up a pretty fat kid. Was definitely the kid that was made fun of in class for sure for being fat. You know, always tucking your shirt, making sure your shirt's not hanging out. Maybe I can put a picture up here somewhere. But yeah, I was not genetically gifted, that's for sure. So that victim card's always in the back of your mind. You know, all your friends and family are overweight. You're overweight. It's hard for you to get in shape, and you're like, oh, maybe it doesn't work for me. It's harder for me. Or I guess that's something I wanted to touch on too. Is everybody's dealt a different set of cards. You know, it's like some people might have bodybuilder parents. Yeah, they're probably gonna have an easier time getting in shape, staying in shape, just living that lifestyle in general. This might be the only lifestyle they ever know. That kind of goes with rich kids too. You know, you're born into a middle class family, low income family. It's easier for you to say, oh, I don't have the skill set, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the parents, I don't have the trust fund, I don't have this, I don't have that. But we all come into life and success and endeavors all at a different level. I think if somebody told me just to use the cards you were dealt and not overcomplicate it, not try and make somebody else's story yours. And I think the first 4 or 5 years of me trying, yo-yoing back and forth would have probably been about a year until I actually figured out, hey, maybe I should make this slow and steady and incrementally make it part of my lifestyle. It's the message I wanted to get across here is that people just jump into the deep end. And all these fitness programs, all these coaches just throw you into the deep end with a full-on pro bodybuilder plan. 5-6 days a week training. Let's do cardio 4 times a week. I mean, who can stick to that right out of the gates? Almost like you're running a marathon for the first time. Are you going to start sprinting immediately? You might, but you're only going to last about a mile, 2 miles, maybe 3. So I'd say your goals, you never know if it's 24, 30, 50 miles ahead of you. Might even be 100 based on the cards you were dealt. But it's just slow and steady, keep going. But if we stick with that marathon analogy, so picture this. Somebody says you got to run a marathon tomorrow. It's like, all right, you probably would be like, hey, when is it? A month, 2 month, 3 month ahead? Okay, we'll plan it out, make sure we're getting our training in, we'll acclimate the body so it's ready to endure that type of race and that type of load and stress on the cardiovascular system. It's really no different with fitness and weight loss goals. If you've got a goal to meet at a certain date, you want to essentially prepare and acclimate the body so it's used to where you want to be and the physical capabilities you want to have. And people just go right into the marathon without training for it, right? And everybody's body's different, so everyone's going to run a marathon differently. Everyone's going to train for the marathon differently. Everybody's times in the marathon are going to be different. So it's no different in fitness and weight loss too. Everybody's goals, everybody's potential is going to be different. Everybody can definitely run the marathon and finish the marathon, though, is what I'm getting at. And I think you have to take that upon yourself. Realize that you're the reason you're still fat. You're the reason you're still out of weight or out of shape. And take it to heart. Look yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I'm the reason for this. If I want to run the marathon, I'm the one that's going to have to be running the marathon. Somebody else can't run the marathon for me. I don't mean to ramble on too much about that marathon analogy, but I think it helps, and it helps you see your situation and maybe some of your struggles over the last 5-10 years in a different light. Because in my situation, at least, I was always jumping into the marathon. Let's run the marathon tomorrow. Let's run it tomorrow. Let's run it on Monday. But never giving yourself the time to actually train for the marathon. acclimate your body to the race you're about to run, the race you want to continuously run. Because I think without a doubt, fitness is a game of continual maintenance. It is every day, day in and day out. You're either maintaining, regressing, or progressing. And I think most of us want to progress, maintain, and skip most of the regression. At least that's my thought process. But for the longest time, it was progression, regression, progression, regression, progression, regression. It is burnout. It's tough. It's painful. It sucks. I feel it. You live that for quite some time. It's not fun. It's a pain spot you'll probably never forget either. But it's possible. The biggest thing is it is possible. I've transformed 40, 50-year-old guys that have yo-yoed and struggled with weight their whole lives. And if you can systematically approach fitness as that acclimation process, like I was talking earlier, I promise you it'll change your life. Slow and steady. Don't beat yourself up. We're all human. We're all gonna make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You're gonna binge eat on the weekends here and there. Sure, just back on track on Monday. Don't let it get to you. It's the emotional beat up will continue to regress you. Is what I've seen over and over again. Guys are way too emotional. Not just emotions from what I've seen from other guys and clients, but emotions from myself. I lived the first good half of my life, 3/4 of my life, making decisions and living on emotion. You look at it now as it helped me back to an extent, but it also helps you learn. You need to go through some of that emotion, some of that hardship to learn and become a better version of yourself. But in fitness in general, and with my story in general, once I could separate emotion from the physical hardship, it became a lot easier. You want to lose weight, you're probably going to be hungry for a little while. You want to build muscle and put on weight, you're probably going to be force feeding and full for a little while. Nothing's comfortable. Regressing, progressing, like I said, neither or are comfortable. You kind of got to pick your poison in that regard. So yeah, it's more of a mental game than a physical game, but still, make sure you go into it with the mindset of trying to separate the two and deciphering, okay, is this emotion going to help me? Is this emotion going to hurt me? You can do that, man. I tell you, you can master most things in life. I'd say the biggest realization I had too was that I was fat because of me. You're fat because of you. It's the harsh truth, but it is the truth and nothing but the truth. You put yourself in the position you're in, which also means you can take yourself out of the position you put yourself in. So you have the power to do both. And for me, that's the most helpful realization, I would say, is you have the tools already. You just have to apply them consistently, slowly, learn how they fit into your life and your day-to-day job, your routine, your schedule. If somebody had told me, hey, wait a minute, you don't have to act like a pro bodybuilder when you're 240 pounds and 50% body fat. You can slowly work into that, and then once you're 220 pounds, 10% body fat, now you can act like a full-on bodybuilder and live that lifestyle. But until then, it's baby steps, and you put your ego aside and slow and steady make fitness work for you. Hopefully that helps you guys, gives you a little bit more clarity on kind of my approach and how I view fat loss and how my life went regarding fat loss. So it's never an easy process for anybody, man. Don't forget that. Give yourself some grace time to time. Things are going to go haywire. Things are going to go break. Or things are going to break. It's a difficult process because a lot of people fail, right? So if you weren't going to fail, it would be easy and most people would have it. So remember that. Remember it's possible.
you can do what I can do.
But yeah, I guess a good takeaway is if I can do it, you can do it. If another human has done it, we can do it as well. So don't put limitations on yourself. Understand that you're in the position you're in because of you. And yeah, it stings. It's supposed to sting. It's supposed to motivate you. And it's also supposed to give you clarity that you're the one that can fix your situation. So with that being said, hope this helps. Hope you guys got some clarity and some value out of this. And peace.